All right, here's a question. You're asked to rationalize the denominator. So get rid of radicals on the bottom. So you need to make sure that you multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator. So that'll be 3 root 5 plus root 15 over 3 root 5 plus root 15. Just make sure it's the same. This one's minus, this one's plus, and plus. Good. So now you do FOIL. Careful with the FOIL. It's easy to lose track of stuff. And with these, you have to worry about the sign, the number, and the square root. So for the first one, I'm multiplying 1 by 3 root 5. So 1 times 3 root 5 would just be 3 root 5. And now I'll do 1 by root 15, which would be a positive root 15. Okay, for the next one, I've got to take this negative root 3 and multiply it by each. So the first will be, let me just do it up here. So it's negative root 3 times by 3 root 5. That's what I'm doing with this multiplication right there. So that'll be a minus, a 3, and a root 15. Just having to make sure. Yeah, that's right. And then the root 3 times the root 15. So minus times plus will be a minus. Since both of these are under radical, I can just multiply them. So it'll be root 45. Over, on the bottom, that'd be 9 root 25. And this times this would be a plus 3 root 75. And then this times this would be a minus 3 root 75. And this times this will be a minus root, I guess if you want to write it out, you can do 225. Okay, now let's start simplifying stuff. On the top, these two are the same because they're both root 15s. So I have a 3 root 5, and so this is 1 root 15 minus 3 root 15 would be a negative 2 root 15 minus, and then 45, 9 goes into that, so I can rewrite that like that. Over, on the bottom, these canceled out, which we wanted it to do. Square root of 25 is 5, so that would just be 9 times 5, minus the square root of 225 is 15. Let's do a little bit more simplifying here. On the top, 3 root 5 minus 2 root 15. I can't do anything with those two because they're not similar radicals. But this one I have a minus 3 root 5. Ooh. Over 9 times 5 is 45 minus 15. Notice when you're doing this, hopefully this helps you to be fairly organized and just do one step at a time. Use lots of paper. The question on the exam like this, you'll have a third of a sheet of paper to work on it, so give yourself lots of room. Okay, now in the numerator, it looks like this term and this term are opposites, so they cancel. So on the top, I'm left with negative 2 root 15, and on the bottom, 45 minus 15 is 30. At this point, I'm feeling awfully good because I've been able to get to that point. But the 2 and the 30 I can simplify. So 2 goes into itself once and into 30 15 times. And I can do that because they're both outside of the radical and they're not being added or subtracted to anything. So in the end, it'll be a negative 1 root 15 over 15. Done. Hopefully that helps you with that double radical. Good question to, rationalize the denominator. Good question to study for the exam.